Hello everyone, my name is Barbara and I'm a Polish girl who lives in Ireland and likes to knit, and today I'm going to do a review of Amazing magazine. I have knitted a hat. No worries, after this video I'm going to put maybe tomorrow a finished object video about it, but today I'm going to focus and tell you what I think about this magazine. I purchased it at Edinburgh Yarn Festival, and then I could actually sit and go through it properly on the ferry going home from Scotland to Ireland. At the end of this video I'm going to post photos because I noticed that even though it says in the magazine you're not allowed to use any things into showing you guys unless you purchase. You can browse it through yourself, but I noticed that on Ravelry there are photos of the patterns in this book, so I will add them there so you will see what I'm talking about. And I'm going to put all the links down below so you can check this out. I think the Laine magazine has a website and they're linking into the certain countries and to your local shop or online shops where you can purchase this. Okay, first things first, I got it at Edinburgh Yarn Festival. I wanted to get a magazine. I was asking people for one, and one person, Nina, told me that she's knitting a beautiful sweater from this magazine. She purchased the magazine and she showed it to me, so I was able to flip it. And basically my flipping was like this. Nice. How much? Okay, she didn't know the price actually. Whatever she told me, it wasn't the price that I purchased it. I purchased for £20 in a lovely booth. And how did it go? Basically, I ran through it. I ran to the booth and I picked it up, and I wanted to see exactly how many patterns do I have in this magazine. And it was very hard for me to establish. I was looking for an index or anything like that and I could not find it. No worries, there is one. It's just while I was browsing through it, it was very hard. So basically what I figured out, I'll just flip it and whatever knitwear I'll see, I presume it is a pattern, and if I like 3, I'm going to get it. And I like definitely more than 3 actually. So I had more time on the way back to Ireland on the ferry from Scotland, and I was browsing through it, and eventually I found index, which is called contents. So here it is on the screen. You can see pages, names. So I wasn't sure, well, and on the so I wasn't sure on the ferry which is a pattern and which is an article, because in this magazine you can find amazing articles too. So I had to literally flip it one by one to see what it is. And is it a hat? Is it a sweater? So what? So I think this is the beauty of the magazine, so you have to have fun with it. Yeah, how many patterns do we have over here? Can you tell me? We have 12 patterns. 12 patterns for £20. Can you do math? That's not even a £2 per pattern. So beautiful. Again, what I liked about it, when you flip it and you leave it, it stays like this. So if you're knitting, I was knitting this amazing hat, I put it on the table and it stayed this way, that way. So I love it. I love the paper. It's not white, it's not shiny. So I love it so much. You have some lovely photos and advertisements over here of the yarn or designers too, and like I said, you have 2 pages of favorites, which is not an article, it's just pointing out the things that people that they make this magazine love. So you can find some yarn, knitting tools and stuff like that, just randomly spread on lovely tables and just point out what it is. You have 3 beautiful articles that I was able to read about dyers and about their story, how they started it and how they maintain their business. So I loved it so much. They're not too short, they're not too long, they were perfect. You have a food section, and it's not only one recipe, there are a few recipes over here that you can try. You know, I'm not a cook, but we shall see. I haven't had a chance to browse through it and definitely would not want to hear my opinion about it because I'm not an expert. There is one travel article about Paris, and it's not an article per se, it's more I point out places where you can go if you're in Paris, which is quite handy, and all those kind of points, maybe paragraphs which each of them has a headline, what the place is, and a link website address, so you can check it out yourself. So I like that too. I haven't had the chance to look through it, but I think it's quite handy because it's more like a guide article. And there is one more article that I haven't had a chance to read, and it's the last one, What's Up? And we have over here Suzanne Sommer. Can't wait to read that. So you have a beautiful photos and written articles for that much. And in the last piece over here, you have actually written patterns. So each pattern mentioned over here have information where you can find the written instructions. So you may ask also, okay, 12 patterns, but what exact patterns do we have over here? So let me tell you. We have one hat, this one cowl, one shawl, one socks, 6 sweaters, and 2 cardigans. And I'm counting it right. Hat, shawl, cowl, socks, 2 cardigans, and 6 sweaters. Yes, 12. 6 sweaters. So, you know, garment for me, it's like 8 garments. So worth it. So worth it. Now, pattern instructions. Okay, how I went through this magazine. I went through tried to find a gauge, and I tried to find a yarn information. That's basically what I wanted to do. As far as I'm aware, I found all the gauges, but I was missing one, I think, in one cardigan, Kate. I think. Maybe I'm missing. Anyway, as I noticed on one pattern, you can have it on Ravelry, so definitely you'll find gauge over there, right? Or maybe I missed it, I don't know. Beautiful, by the way, cardigan. Yarn information. So some of the samples over here were knitted in with specific yarn, and the yarn yardage would be in 25 grams balls, or 50 grams balls, or 80 grams balls, and I kind of operated in 100 grams. So what I did, converted it to 100 grams just in case, to see if I have something in my stash that would fit to this pattern. Obviously there is a recommendation to purchase the yarn that the sample was knitted, so I understand the gesture. Only 3 out of 12 patterns had information what kind of weight of the yarn they're using. So fingering, DK worsted, although 2 of those claiming to have worsted, and one I think I would say it is, and another one I wouldn't. And not in regards to gauge, in regards to yardage of the yarn. So I don't know, but I know that we knitters have a different definitions, I think, of worsted and iron. So I presume this is because of the designer and the region they live. That's how they operate, I presume. So check the yardage and a gauge. Beautiful magazine. What else? All the patterns that are over here are presented with amazing and so beautiful female models. And to be honest, I found it over here at least 3 patterns that I could knit for a male. So I would want to see a male wearing them. Hello. Probably you're shouting, which one are those, yeah? Okay, so I'll tell you. Stalactite. Okay, stalactite is a sweater. Black Eyes is a sweater. King Yokes is a sweater. I think those 3 could be for a guy, and presented by a guy would definitely add a little bit sparkle in this magazine. Do they always have 12 patterns in one magazine? I'm very interested, because that would present an amazing source of amazing patterns and amazing designers. Maybe on the screen I will run through so you can see who actually designed for this magazine. And no worries, I also will I will try to add photos at the end of this video so you can have a glimpse how the patterns looks like. I will take those photos from Ravelry, so if we're missing something, I will just let you know about that, as I don't want to break any copyrights, because the photography over here is also amazing. Yeah, that's all I can say for now. I will be definitely knitting a few patterns from this magazine, so I will come back to it and I will just refer to each pattern. So yeah, my next one will be this hat. I have heard that you can actually subscribe to this magazine. I haven't heard anything about it. Maybe I will look it up and I'll leave you a link down below. But so far so good. I love this one. But I haven't seen the previous one. This is issue 4, so obviously there are other 3 issues. that I would love to see. I know you probably have some questions. Please leave comments down below. If I can answer and tell you more about it, I will. I hope you enjoyed this one. See you next one. Bye!